Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some of the winter books that I read last year to get you into like the holiday spirit. There are 4 books that I want to recommend. One of them was an audiobook that I listened to, but I still really enjoyed it to get you into the holiday spirit. And there's so many out there. Obviously, like I'm going to be reading some holiday books this month. In my last video, I think I was gonna read like 4 also, so it's obviously doable. So I'm gonna jump right in and start talking about the holiday books that I read last year that I really enjoyed. So the first one that I read was The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This was my first Lucy Score book that I have read, and I really enjoyed it. It's actually in a series, but it's a standalone series, so this is the second book in the series technically, but the first one didn't really have to do anything with Christmas, just the characters were introduced into the second book. This follows Noah. He is a single dad. He is the mayor of this town. This town that he is the mayor of gets hit by a storm, and so much is damaged. Their main source of income in supporting this town is during the holiday season. They go all out for holiday season, and this storm comes and hits, and they don't think that they can get it together in time for Christmas. The mayor's stressing out. He's trying to figure things out. In comes Catalina King. She is kind of like an HGTV superstar. Like, she goes to these towns, she goes to different places where they're hit by storms or they're financially incapable of taking care of like the structure of their house. They can't afford it. She wants to fundraise for this town to get their money back so they can bring in all of the tourists and kind of get the money going back into this town. Noah doesn't see it as a act of service. He sees her as a money-hungry entertainment monger and just like does not want her in the town, doesn't feel like she's gonna help anything. She just wants to do it for her TV series and for herself alone, that she's very selfish. So obviously there's a disconnect. Banter, super unprofessional banter, but it works and I loved it. It was so good. It was a slow burn, and again, like the little things that, I mean, I could say this in every video, but the little things that a man does, he does, and it's so cute. I recommend, if you do love an enemies to lovers, slow burn, Christmas time, small town romance, this is a great book. The next one that I want to recommend is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This is the first book in a series, and I just realized when I was looking at the covers, each book takes place during a different season. So this first book takes place during Christmas time, and then I think the second one takes place during spring, the third one is like summer, the fourth is fall, or something of that sort. I was like, that's crazy. That's so cute. That's so creative. I would have never thought about that. I would have never thought about it because I've only read this first book, but I have the second one and I want to continue on with the series, but this one is really cute. I'm not a big friends to lovers, but this one just does it for me. It's so cute. It's so cozy. She is an owner of a Christmas tree farm. She's trying to get these Christmas trees up, get her farm going for Christmas time. Well, there's someone in town who's sabotaging her, and she entered her Christmas tree farm into this competition where this influencer will go and take pictures, video record, stay at the place. She needs traction for her Christmas tree farm, so she lied on the application, basically saying that her and her boyfriend run this Christmas tree farm. So Stella has to ask her best friend Luca to be her boyfriend during the short period of time that the influencer comes and checks out her Christmas tree farm. Just great, again, great small town Christmas cozy vibes. I think that kind of trope for me definitely works during the holiday season because everything is just so loving, very cozy, very cute, very romantic during the holiday season. The opposite of everything that I just said, cozy, cute, romantic, is not this next book that I'm going to recommend. This is probably the most spiciest book that I have ever read because it is a novella. I say that because last year my best friend was like, we have to read this book. I've heard so much about it on TikTok. I said, sure, I'll buy it. All I heard was Christmas, and I'm like, I needed some Christmas books. We read it last year together, and it was so spicy. I thought I knew basic female anatomy, and I learned so much from that book. And the book that I'm going to talk about is Tangled and Tinseled by Trilina Pucci. This book is 4 men, 1 woman. And I didn't know that. I did not understand. I didn't comprehend until I was jumped right into the book and things started to go down. And I was like, you know what? She's gonna end up with someone. She's gotta end up with someone. It is a wide choose romance. It's either oh shoot, it's either Reverse Harem or Why Choose. I get those two mixed up, but this is wild. She is an interior decorator for one of the men. She goes to this cabin to decorate for a party, and the 4 men are there. They get snowed into this cabin. The 5 of them are stuck in this cabin. I mean, you gotta do something to have the time pass, you know? So they really figure it out. If you are feeling lonely during the holiday season or in need of reading about physical touch, this is the book for you. I feel like your mind can go to the most inappropriate of places, and it happens in this book. If you're feeling kind of spicy during this holiday season, I'm pretty sure this is on Kindle Unlimited, or I got this off of Amazon because they did not have this at Barnes & Noble. So if you wanted to try and find a physical copy, or you didn't want this on your shelf and having people ask what this book was about, you can get it on your Kindle too. The next one that I'm going to talk about is the audiobook that I listened to on Spotify. It's called In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. It's the same kind of outline of Groundhog's Day. It follows Malin. She's not happy with her job. She's living at home with her parents. She feels like her life is going nowhere. And to top it off, this cabin that her and her family friends go to and have been going to since she was born might be the last time that they all are together during the Christmas time. Because she feels like life is out of control for her and she doesn't know what to do, she's feeling super lost, she asks the universe to show her what makes her happy. Well, something terrible happens and she wakes up then on an airplane, reliving the same day over and over and over and over again until she's trying to figure out how to get out of this continuous loop. And so she's trying to figure out what she can change, what she can do to make herself get out of this loop. It was okay. I think I wanted more from the story, but I think it was still a really good story. I love listening to audiobooks because I can do other things while listening to the book, but as they're speaking and they're saying where they are or what they're doing, I'm picturing it as they're speaking in my head. And I think when I sit down and I read a physical book, it takes me a little bit to like read what they're saying and then picture it in my head. So with listening to In a Holidays, I really enjoyed some of the things that were happening in the book. I felt like I was there with them. It was just so intimate and cozy, found family. It's just kind of like if you're feeling lost in life and you don't know what you're doing, not that you're going to have a Groundhog's Day moment, but it just goes to show you that there are things that you can do to change it around, just to make little joys here and there. Those are all the Christmas books that I read last year. I didn't read any the year before because I really wasn't on my reading journey yet. But if we want to talk about Christmas books from way back, we could talk about Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad. We could talk about The Polar Express, The Night Before Christmas, Fancy Nancy. I mean, there's so many different books that we could talk about, but if you wanted those children's book recommendations, I guess we could do that. I'm going to end the video here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos to come. If you want to follow me on any other social media platforms, I will have them linked down below. I hope this got you into a little bit more of a Christmassy spirit if you didn't know where to start with what books to listen to or read. I think the whole debate of listening versus reading books and how you're not really technically reading books if you're listening to an audiobook is so stupid, and I don't agree with that at all. I think as long as you're absorbing the information, it doesn't matter if it's an audiobook or not. I would still count that as reading. There's so many people that will read physical books, don't absorb some of the information, they'll skim the book and still say that they read the entire book, while people who listen to audiobooks will listen to the whole entire book, but that's still not qualified as reading books. I don't understand the logic there. So if there are times where you need to listen to an audiobook, I heavily recommend. I'm pretty sure all of these are on Spotify as an audiobook. I don't have Audible, so I don't know how to vouch for that, but that's kind of, sorry. I just had to say that because I've been thinking about it recently. I hope to be seeing you in the next video tomorrow for some more Christmassy stuff. Bye.